why change doesn't last. Why doesn't change last? We hear this question all the time. And it's so damn obvious. Exactly that, like that rumbling truck that just passed. That is a symbol of your emotions. Yours and mine. What are we talking about you today? What I'm going to share is from personal experience and my various clients. So let me put it in a nutshell. Change does not last until you identify the pattern and you root it out at the source. That's it. That is it. I'm giving you the answer immediately, straight up, no prevarication. Catherine Hidalgo here, Sovereign Flame Oracle. Let me tell you another thing about change. You know, all those breakthroughs that coaches are still talking about. I used to believe in them when I just started because I didn't know any better. But then I started observing myself. Then I started listening to others. Then I came back to myself. Then I listened to the dragons. Then I extrapolated. The bottom line is this. You see, when you get those wonderful breakthroughs, oh my God, you went to a seminar. You even went to Tony Robbins's, what is it? I forget, something that ends with W. And powerful. Kick-ass. You got it. You love it. I attended one of Tony Robbins's sessions. It was amazing. It was amazing. Intensive 5 days. But that was just one session. It has to continue, and he will tell you that. Why? Because we have to root out the pattern. That is the problem. You are not going to get any change significant and long-lasting unless you root out the pattern. Because when you have a breakthrough, it feels good, huh? Oh my God, you're on top of the moon. I mean, you feel so fabulous. You've been dealing with this shit for so long. And finally, success. You got it. Yes. Oh my God, it's so wonderful. So, a few weeks go by. Yeah? And then, the fucking thing is back. You just did whatever it was and you got triggered. And that shit that you had a breakthrough on, it's back. It lasted barely a month. In some cases, a week, depending on your environment. Why? Again, it comes back to patterns. Because you see, when you have a pattern, what can I identify as a pattern? Relationship. Any relationship. And you know that thing that triggers us women? You're living with someone and there's a man there and he goes to the toilet and he leaves the toilet seat up. Yeah. And you tell him and you tell him and you tell him. And it just pisses you off and you just cannot understand why. It's not the toilet seat, you know. It's the disrespect. It is the contempt that that person has, not just for you, but let's say it's you. It is the contempt that causes that person to leave that toilet seat up. Disrespect hurts. Why does disrespect hurt? Disrespect hurts because contempt is what is floating flowing beneath the surface constantly. So you get triggered by that. It seems to be a small thing. Notice the rumbling passing. It can't be better. Symbol of your feelings. I used to be there until I identified what the hell was really going on. So if that triggers you, you have to go deeper. You can even ask yourself, who does this remind me of? This feeling. Because the feeling is the secret. True talk. Who does this feeling remind me of? And the first face that comes to mind is your clue. Sometimes it doesn't seem to make sense, but it always makes sense because you already know. And that is why breakthroughs are for shit. Unless you break the pattern or habit, but we say pattern because the habit developed and it created a pattern that you began to follow and live all of your life, from childhood right into adulthood, and it is continuing. Basically, you break the pattern at the source by digging under and rooting that thing out. And once you do, everything is going to change. And not only that, the pattern is going to be destroyed and the new habits are going to begin forming in that space that was liberated. It is as simple and straightforward as that. No long tralala. It does. It could start with an hour and you would have amazing results with dragon energy, which is my thing. If you have one issue that you just cannot, no matter what you do, no matter all the breakthroughs that you've had, and this thing still keeps coming back, try 30 days to thrive with me and get the result that you want and more. That is what dragon energy does. It's amazing, but it's because I saw that statement and I've been seeing it for the last few weeks. Or question, why doesn't change last? Root out the pattern, destroy it at the source, create new habits, and start to live your life. Become sovereign, which is what you are here to do, beautiful souls. I'm going to leave you all now. Catherine, Sovereign Flame Oracle out. Ciao.